Hi everyone, it's Shannon with Play with the World, and I have a message for you today that is actually a reflection of loss. I had a really difficult situation happen this week, and some really amazing ahas have come out of it, but it was a very tragic event. And so I wanted to kind of share with you so you can kind of inspire and step forward in your own life. You don't have to wait for a tragic event to happen for you to really make the most out of your life. So this week, I actually received some really bad news. My family's dog, my mom and dad's chocolate lab, passed away suddenly from a heart attack. It was so shocking because she was pretty young. She was only 10, a little over 10, and it was pretty, she seemed healthy, right? And so the shocking news was really the kind of paralyzing aspect, because you're going about your life and everything seems fine, and then all of a sudden, boom, what you love is no longer there. So it's been a tough week for my family, but with that, with anybody who's experiencing loss, there's probably some really kind of transformational aha moments that probably come about with it when we allow ourselves to go into the grieving process. So this message today is actually, it has nothing to do with grieving or losing a loved one. I just had to share that was the inspiration and kind of catalyst for the message. In fact, today's message is about how you can live your life fully and 3 essential questions to ask, because the truth is we don't have to wait for loss. Maybe you're going through a breakup, maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe you've recently lost something or someone you love, and it makes you really reflect on what's most important. It makes you refocus on your values. It's such an interesting experience how life works, because no matter where you are in your life, you don't have to be experiencing loss, but if you are, you can probably relate to this a lot. But even if you're not, take on these 3 questions and see how you can make your life more meaningful, because what loss shows us is that time is very precious, and no matter what, we really have an opportunity to make the most of us being here. So that's really what it comes back down to. So the very first question that I want to share with you is actually very simple. It's to ask yourself, what am I taking for granted? Very simple. Because the reality is, a lot of times we go through our life and we practice gratitude. A lot of you here on Play with the World are practicing your gratitudes and gratituding your attitude, and we're thankful. But there's still areas in your life that you might be taking for granted. And the real key is to not take anything for granted, because it can be gone in a second. And the more thankful we are, the more fulfilled we are. So I had to reflect on my own life, with Jasmine, the beautiful chocolate lab, dying and passing. I had to think about, wow, what am I taking for granted in my life? Because all of a sudden, she's gone. And it could be anything in your life. It could be your health, it could be your financial stability, maybe it's your current relationship, or maybe it's your own relationship with your pet. So ask yourself today, what am I taking for granted, and how can I give more gratitude and love to that situation? Because you will feel more grounded when you practice this. So the real second question that I'm going to ask you to ask yourself to really live a fulfilling life is actually to ask yourself, who am I blaming, or who am I angry at? So when we ask this, it's actually about being accountable. You don't have to be going through loss to be angry. See, what happens through the grieving process is there is an anger process part. I felt very angry for a moment. I was really mad at Jasmine. For a moment, I caught myself, but I found myself being mad at her for passing and leaving so soon. We didn't have enough time with her. You never have enough time. And I had to catch myself. Yes, she's a dog, but she's part of the family. And so for me, I was like, why am I really mad? I'm not mad at her. Am I mad at the universe? Am I mad at God? What am I really mad at? And I had to get clear. And what I realized is I don't know why she died. I'm the type of person that believes everything happens for a reason. I tend to really see the good and put positive spins on things because I know that things work out. But right now I'm confused. I'm still in it and I don't know why. So I was really mad at myself at not knowing. I was mad because I felt like I needed to have the answer of why she passed away. But that's something you want to ask yourself. Who are you holding on to anger with or at? Who are you blaming? Because most often when you ask yourself, why am I mad at this person? Your inner voice will come in and it will say, you're not really mad at this person at all. Really, you have some relationship issues that you want to work on with this person, or really you're mad at yourself because you don't know why they did what they did and you don't understand why they would act that way. So ask yourself who you're holding anger towards, who you're feeling resentment towards. It doesn't have to be someone who passed, it can be someone in your life right now. If you really want to live a fulfilled life, you have to practice forgiveness. So who can you forgive? And in this point, I had to forgive myself. I forgave Jasmine, of course, she's a dog. And there are things that just happen out of our control. And so it's really about recognizing that this is part of life and we can learn from it, but it's about being accountable. So where can you be more accountable is really what that comes back down to. So I want to share with you the third question that you can ask yourself to really live a powerful life and feel fulfilled and truly live your full potential. And that is, what action can I take to make sure I have no regrets? What one action can you take this week that makes sure that you will eliminate all regret? So maybe you have a choice that you're working on right now. Maybe there's something you're thinking about in your life and you're trying to figure out what you should do. If this is the case, ask yourself, which step can I take? What step can I take? Which path would I actually regret if I didn't do? I work with a lot of people in my coaching practice who are interested and ready to leave their corporate careers. Obviously, that's what I did so I could live my true purpose and play with the world. And the question we really come back down to is, would you regret staying or would you regret leaving? Really comes back to, would you regret leaving? And every time they realize that they absolutely have to leave because their soul is calling them to something else. Even if you don't know what that is, trust that the action steps you take will actually give you clarity. So you'll get your purpose, you'll get your answers, you'll get the things that are causing you a little bit of frustration and you're unsure of. Those will be revealed to you when you take a step, as long as you step away from regrets. So whatever in your life you're feeling stuck in, whatever area in your life you're settling in, you want to make sure that you have no regrets. So me personally, I have no regrets with Jasmine. The last time I saw her, I cuddled her. I house sat for my parents a few weeks ago and I spent so much quality time with her. It's sad because I didn't know that that was the last time I would see her, but at the same time it was a very beautiful experience because I am so present and really trying to make a conscious effort to be present with people and all experiences in my life right now, because we don't know how much time we have. So I live the no regrets lifestyle by fully being present and by being in the moment. And that's something that maybe will work for you too. I want to thank you all for coming and playing with the world today, and I hope you all have a fabulous time playing with the world and trying these questions out. These are powerful questions, and there's more questions on the blog as well, but these are the top 3 that can really help transform your life so you can feel more alive and more connected to your joy. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.